Oh man. And see, that's the thing. I feel like nobody know like everyone thinks, oh, go take the antibiotics, like or whatever pain meds, and like
Just
there's
wait. Yeah,
so
you can
much
make
you
it
could
so much easier.
so much easier, so much you
Yeah.
could support your body's natural healing process,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Okay, so
So
hyperbaric oxygen.
hyperbaric oxygen, man, pulsed electromagnetic fields, but like high intensity, not the bed. There's this pulse PMF machine, which is like insane amount of cellular voltage, and we are electric beings, right? And our mitochondria, ATP production, like if there's an illness or an injury, it's just low energy cell. Like the cells just need electricity. And so this machine essentially feeds it electricity, which is so massive for the healing process, which I do daily. Did it before, leading up to it, and after.
Okay.
Something that people don't do on a nutrition side of things, right? Like I totally cut out sugar. I got my body in a deep ketosis state leading up to the surgery. I did a hydrocolonic before the surgery to totally clean the system to give, because like food, sometimes I think of it as noise. Like our body needs to process and break it down, especially if it's bad food, it needs to process and break it down more. And when you're going into a surgery and for healing, like you want all energy, attention, and focus of your body to be on like repairing the thing. And so if you could clear out your colon and your system and any toxins that are in there, crucial. So I did one before, and then even more importantly, I did one 3 days after, because anesthesia,
Yeah.
straight poison. And this was my hydrocolonic lady, who's just like the most motherly energy. Like it was the most intense. She's like, poison was coming out of me for like an
Oh
hour after the
gosh.
anesthesia,
Really?
like just insane.
Yeah.
And all that stuff
Because
stays
you
in
were
you.
under like
Oh, because I was.
general anesthesia. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they had
Yeah.
a tube in
Okay.
me. This was no, and they had to put a nerve blocker. It was pretty rough.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, yeah, two titanium screws like this big in me.
Okay.
People don't realize that this anesthesia, this poison is in you, that your body is fighting while it's also trying to heal whatever it's healing. So like that was massive, massive to like get that out.
Yeah.
And then body work is so crucial that I've been doing like weekly, even more acupuncture, which is just really promoting the chi in your own body flow, cupping, fascial tissue, moving, all those things I do like consistently. Hydrogen inhalation, proper hydration, so crucial. Um, there's this machine that I did a video on. It's called the electro equiscope.
Okay.
Okay, there's so that's we could go on for
You're
a while.
into the machines.
Yeah,
There's a lot of. I'm like looking around your house. There's like an air doctor over there. You've got this hydrogen machine. There's like some bed you can sleep in over there. Got the cold plunge on the roof. I mean,
and
this is the and the sauna. Yeah. What else is going on?
nano V.
Meds.
Have you heard of the nano V?
No.
That's up there. It's yeah, it imprints in humidified water and electromagnetic
Okay.
frequency that helps repair DNA and
Okay.
protein. Yeah,
Wow.
all fun
I've
things.
seen all those water things. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Anyway,
yeah.
carry on.
So the electroaquascope, it was actually the machine that was in Inception, right?
Okay.
That suitcase machine, and it uses almost the same premise as PMF therapy. PMF therapy is just, it's all output, like it's just feeding you voltage, right? And it's not measuring anything. This machine was created by the guy who invented guided missiles that the US went and got, I think, from Croatia, brought here. He invented the guided missile system and then decided to invent something for the good of humanity and invented this machine. And so what it does is it measures between 2 points the resistance, the electrical resistance in your body. And again, we're electric beings and we're meant to have full flow. Like when we come out of the womb and we're a baby, there is zero resistance. Resistance built when all the trauma comes in the nervous system because we're electric and then it's not able to move. So it measures the actual resistance and then it feeds it the precise microamp current, like a guided missile, into that cell to turn it back on at every frequency from delta all the way up to gamma, right? And I mean, Michael Jordan used to sleep with it around his head in delta, like professional athletes use it. It's an insane machine. And I've become friends with one of the guys here that does it, and he'd come and treat me all the time. And hands
So
down,
they can just show up with like this suitcase
it's a
machine,
suitcase machine. Yeah, and they come and
or you could buy it and it probably costs like
$42,000. Yeah,
got it.
$42,000
Or you
for a
can
machine.
find someone who can do a session with you.
You find, yeah, which I have. If anybody interested wants, he's incredible. So that was a massive thing leading up to the surgery because I needed a certain amount of mobility before they operated on me to not have a suck shoulder. And now post surgery, he's actually coming over tomorrow, and we'll be doing some treatments on me a bit too.
Love it.
Yeah, then there's so much more, but yeah, there's a lot.
Okay,
A lot.
got it.
I guess the last thing, hot cold, so important. And the hack that I did, because when you have an open incision, you can't get in a cold plunge or a sauna, right? For like
Yeah,
at least like 2 weeks. And so I hacked doing hot cold internally by, they have this machine called the Game Ready that you could rent usually after surgery, and it's just like a compression and circulates cold
Oh
water
yeah.
around
Okay.
it, which is great. And then the other thing which I have in that room is a machine called the Avixen, if you've heard of it.
I've never met someone who uses so many machines. I'm like, my mind is blown right now.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
Okay.
People usually leave here with a list.
Yeah, like some
Yeah.
people are into supplements, you're into equipment.
I'm
You're
into
an engineer.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny about all the things, like, and I tell my client, like,
What's the necklace? What are you pointing at this?
I mean, it's Trivortex. It has 60 different. It has a powder version of 60 different minerals, fungus,
Okay.
and the sacred geometry resonate the frequency and give it to me. And like, oh, there, everything first off is placebo, right? Because again, we live in the matrix.
I love it.
I
Okay.
truly believe that. And it's a matter of what we actually, our minds believe. And because I have such an engineering analytical mind, like I believe all these things work. I researched them, I believe them. And because I believe them, they work.
work.
Just like the old lady in Italy believes that the cigarette is good for her and she's happy and she's 120. Like
Yeah.
it works. Like truly, it all comes down to that. So I want to preface it that like I wouldn't need any of these like gadgets if I lived in the jungle and didn't like want. And actually, my highest HRV ever was a 1 month period that I was traveling in Mexico and did not have a single gadget or anything. I was doing New Calm and that's about it. But I was traveling, I was living, I was in the present moment,
Yeah.
I wasn't working, and I had the highest HRV ever. Like, so I just,
Well, how high?
it was, the average of it was like 180, like every day consistently. Like when I say my baseline is 180, I'll be 90, I'll be 100, I'll be 120, I'll be 200. It'll like fluctuate, you know. But like it was the most consistently high when I was traveling and I did not do anything, right?
Crazy.
So that just shows, yes, all these things like help in the matrix that I'm choosing to live as an entrepreneur and in this high past life. It brings me back to a homeostasis.
I like it.
Yeah. So the Avixen heats you up internally. You have the second most blood circulating through the palm of your hands, right? The first most blood is your feet. You have the most neurons, everything in your feet. Second most is in your hands. And so you put your hand in this device, which I'll go grab for you so you can see it later, and it creates a little vacuum and it has a pressure point in the middle with this hot plate and it just heats up
Okay.
your blood. And by heating up your blood, you're increasing the viscosity of it and it goes to back to your heart and then it recirculates throughout your body and gets you in a parasympathetic state. So it alternate after surgery between the Avixen for a half hour and this cold thing back and
Got it.
forth,
Okay.
which took away, like I wasn't even swelled up 2 days after surgery. Like it literally took away everything and helped that hot cold. Because hot cold is one of the most basic, simple biohacks. God bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.